Hello, and welcome to another Ring Rouge unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the 40M 40mm. Historically, there's honestly not much to say about this gun, as it's a real pain in the ass to actually find much information about it. But essentially, the Hungarians brought a bunch of Pak 36s, 37mm guns from the Germans, but the Hungarians had a lot of 40mm ammunition available already, so they just rebought these 37mm guns into 40mm guns. And that is the story of the 40M 40mm. In-game, the 40M 40mm is a 35-point anti-tank gun, available to the 1st Hungarian Cavalry Division and the 12th Hungarian Infantry Division, and it has one weapon. This 40mm gun has 3 sorts of ammunition, the first one being 4 heat shells. These aren't actually heat shells, but are essentially large modified Panzerschreck rockets which would be muzzle loaded onto the barrel, the same thing that the Pak 36 used. This is a rather effective weapon as it has 180mm of penetration, though only at 800 meter range, but considering you can shoot a Panzerschreck rocket that far, that's not too bad. The regular AP shells, you got 45 shot share and are pretty standard at 65mm of penetration, alright accuracy, and they're also rather standard light anti-tank fire rate of 12 rounds a minute. And surprisingly, you also have a few high-explosive shells with this anti-tank gun, which is very uncommon for a light gun of this caliber. They're not great by any stretch of the imagination, but it helps out to just have some sort of HE firepower. Up down to the miscellaneous stats, it is a 6-man crew with good optics, good stealth, and light cargo space. In battle, this is another one of those rather good light anti-tank guns, because honestly, light anti-tank guns in general in SD2 are surprisingly very efficient. Yes, they don't have long-range penetration to deal with, heavily armoured T-34s, KVs, IS-2s, etc. But the main thing is just the sheer amount of firepower or ammunition that you can throw down range. With 12 rounds a minute, you can get a lot of shots off. Even if you're not getting penetrating shots, you can still get critical hits like knocking out optics, knocking out tracks, etc, etc. Which is what makes these guns excel rather well. And of course, in the early stages of the match, in A phase, these are very useful dealing with the more lightly armoured tank Japanese Kirashes or any Soviet light armour that they do bring up. And you do have the added benefit of having 2 extra ammunition choices, the first one being the heat shells, or I should say the Panzerschreck rockets essentially. They're very good. You can knock out really heavily armoured tanks for only 35 points. That's really not bad at all. Yes, you have to get it close, and yes, it doesn't have the best accuracy in the road, but the chance to do that for 35 points is unprecedented, to say the least. And then the HE shells aren't going to renew battles, they aren't going to suppress entire squads by themselves, but they're a nice little extra to help out your infantry, if the need comes, or if you're being flanked by a 2-man squad in a forest. You're going to be happy to have at least some high explosive firepower. The Hungarians also bring us up with a baseline of 1-star veterancy, meaning that you do get extra accuracy and fire rate just from your standard guns, which goes quite a long way with making this thing actually effective. And you got good availability with a 6-9 drove availability curve through A, B, and C phase. All in all, this is a really nice anti-tank gun. It does its job, it's really cheap, and it's effective. You can't really go wrong with bringing out a bunch of these, and with those Hungarian decks, these are really some of the top tier guns that you're going to be getting the majority of the time, because this is Hungary we're talking about. They don't have much in terms of high-powered anti-tank weapons. And well, I'm going to leave it off at that. This has been another Ring Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.